Welcome to Amis to Sensei. In this video, I'm going to talk about my own journey from student visa to all the way to citizens, and what steps or what things I had went through to get get through this whole thing. This is one of the most complex thing when you get your student visa from your home country. I mean, you are very excited, you're very happy, like, okay, I'm going to America, but you do not see that, okay, once I'm going to America, get it done with my master degree or PhD degree, then I have to find a job. Then, okay, I need to go back home? Will the country will accept me, or what options I have? Even I have lived in America now, I want to be living in America, for a long time, and then become a citizen and all that. So that was a very hard thing. I didn't even, my brain didn't even realize when I was getting my student visa, I was like not thinking all the way, like what is my goal. So anyways, so I got my master degree, and I was trying to find a job. I had some experience. I worked in a Pakistan telecommunication company for 3 years, so I had a good experience with telecommunication industry, and also had some good experience with the network, like CCNA, CCNP, and all those kind of things. But when I start applying for American companies, and I went to career fair in the university, I applied for everywhere. I was not able to find a job, so that was very hard, hard and very disappointing. So now what I did at that time, and this was the kind of standard of the industry. Like a lot of international students, they come, they go through some consulting firms. So there was a lot of consulting firms, especially a lot of consulting firm. They were owned by Indian owners, and one of my friend is our senior actually in the university. He told he's in New Jersey, so he was working in a with that Indian consulting firm. And those people has their own like, okay, they have their clients. So let's say they find a job in Bank of America, and then send you to work for Bank of America and all that. Now what I did, I talked with them, and okay, I said that they kind of they didn't really, to be honest with you, they don't really ask you a lot of questions, what you know, what you don't know, and all that. At that time, they were taking everything. Let's say you have done masters in computer science, and still, like, this is still happening in America. They will take computer science, they will take mechanical engineers, they will take civil engineers, biology people, and everything, because the IT is really in demand in America, and as of today, it is in 2019. So they take anybody, and then they train them for a month or so, and then they place them on job. So I went for the training, and I did training in SQL Server and technology. So that's a Microsoft product for databases. So I did it for 1 month training, and then they found me a job, and that I went as a database developer, yeah, or BI, business intelligence developer, and I worked there for 1.5 years. Now at that time I was on OPT. So they will use my OPT. Then I asked them, hey, can you apply for my H1B? So they did apply for my H1B. If you are from Pakistan or India, you can see that you really need the H1B work visa, because once your OPT is going to expire, or you have like, even your STEM student, you have only like 2 or 3 chances to apply for your H1. So you are worried about that. So they applied for my H1B, and I was approved the first time. So I got my H1, and I was then I was already working on OPT. Then I got my H1. So I worked for that company. Now this is one of the thing. Sometime even those consulting firm or small firms even don't want to apply for your H1 on the first year, because they think maybe you will switch job, you will go to another consulting firm and all that. But I was so pushing them hard to apply that, and they did. I mean, thanks to them. But to be honest, it's very hard for those work with those consulting firms, and there is a lot of YouTube videos, and you will see on the blogs and everything. It's called slavery, and I agree with you. It's a lot of depression. It was a lot of depression. Things got improved, and they were. Let me tell you, I was making around like $26 per hour. Okay, and my OPT, and they were making around $57 per hour. I could see from different things. Then I worked for 1.5 years. Then I went to another project for the same company. There they were making around $67 or $68, and I asked them to increase my salary, and they did $32. So I worked for them, and now my H1 was approved. So think about that. I really couldn't move my H1 to another firm or other company. It is very complex process. Once you are on H1, you have to have a offer letter from other company. Most of the times companies are not willing to do it, and on top of that you have to transfer, and you are worried like if the denial will happen or something goes wrong, what you will do. Anyway, so I kept going with that company. So I got my, this was my first year of H1, and I asked them, can you go ahead and apply for my green card? Uh, Green card for Pakistani people, there are barely like 800 to 900 H1 work visa people every year. So the queue for green card is very short, or there is no queue actually for Pakistan pretty much. You are always updated, like there is no queue. You apply for your green card, you are going to go ahead and get your green card very quickly. But my Indian friends, a lot of my Indian friends, they work with me. I'm talking about 2009 or 10, when these guys were working with me. They applied for their green card as well, and still today in last 10 years some of them don't have their green card because their queue is so long, and there is a limited number of green cards the government provide to each country every year. So for Indian students and Indian work visa guys, the queue is really long, and still like every year there are people, they're getting green card, but the queue is so big, it's full, and there are limited number of seats, green cards they can assign or give, so that's why the queue is really big. For Pakistan it was short. So my company don't want to apply for my green card because they knew that if I get my green card I will not work with them, because they were paying me $32, they were making $68. And on top of that, like okay, then I applied for my green card. I push hard, like I'm gonna leave you, I'm gonna not work with you guys anymore, and all that. So a lot of big stories, a lot of depression and things happen. But anyways, I went and they found me another project. I work in Wall Street with one of the big company. There they were making around $90 per hour from my services, and I was getting around like $41 or something like that. So they made a lot of money from me. But what good thing is they did, they applied for my green card. Now my green card was in process. So every time any step like I-140 or 485 or those documents they have to do it, they will go to the last day of that. They will not apply right away. So they kept doing it, and at the end they for my wife. They had like they kept one of the document they missed it. I'm telling you, like this is my inner things coming from my heart, like they missed by purpose, because they knew that if they miss it, it will take them another 6 months to send the documents, redo it, and all those kind of things. So it took me almost 3 years to get my green card. Once I got my green card, I did work for that company another 6 months. And then that was the time I work in New York. Those days, I work in actually a lot of other states as well, while I was on that H1B work visa. Then once I had my green card, now it was the time for me to make a good move and come to the work for a company. I had a great experience and all that, and or live the place in America where I wanted to be. Like I didn't like New Jersey; it was crowded, it was cold and all that. I didn't like New York either. So crowded, cold, and houses were very expensive and all that. So I moved to Charlotte. I found a job in Charlotte, and then I moved here. There is a $5,000 to $10,000 difference in the salaries in Charlotte, but I liked it here. It's green and all that. Then I had my green card for 5 years, and my kids got the green card at the same time when I got the green card. My wife got the green card at the same time when I got the green card, and then I lived in Charlotte 5 years. After 5 years, I applied for my citizenship, and I got the citizenship. So once you have a green card, really doesn't really matter anymore. You can work anywhere in the United States. Are not stuck with your employer, and you can go anywhere you want, which company you want to work. You want to take the days off or whatever. So you are pretty much enjoying all those benefits. Americans are enjoying it. Citizen, when you became a citizen, I became a citizen, and then what happened? I mean, with you got the American passport that gives you help you to travel abroad. Such as I went to Europe when I was on green card. I had to get the visa for European countries, Netherlands, Germany, and all that. But when I had my passport, American passport, now I don't need any visa for some of the countries. There are any other benefits. There could be some benefits here, but green card is the main thing. Once you have it, you're all good. So what I'm trying to tell you guys here, my advice, America, when you come as a student, is not really like, okay, you're gonna see all those pictures. What I'm trying to tell you here, you have to go through a lot and get your green card and citizenship and all that. But don't be disappointed. I mean, there are a million people come as a student. There are around 85,000 work visa every year get approved. But applying those courses which are in demand in America. So I made a very long, lengthy video, around like 40 minutes video. People are gonna hate me for that. I made that video. In that one, I explained which technologies or which things are in demand. And if you are even coming for America as a student, think about that. Like, okay, you want to go back, you want to get just educated and go back, or you want to work here. If you want to work here, then think hard, because if you don't have those skills, it will be impossible to get the job here, and then it will be impossible to get your green card and citizenship. The time on my work visa, it was terrible. I will not explain that as a pleasant time. At some points I was very disappointed. I was thinking like, okay, no, it's not gonna happen. There were a lot of things you have to deal with, that small consulting firm you work for, and they are abusive, they don't pay you on time, and all those kind of things. You can't do much about that because you are stuck in a system, and there is no other way around. You are very skilled, you are professional, you know your things, you are working hard, but you can't get out of that system because you are worried about your H1 visa to be continued, and you are worried about your green card application and all that. So I have a lot of friends. My neighbor here, he has he's from India. Another neighbor from Gujarat, India. Another friend from South India. A lot of friends, they are here. Even they have houses here, but they are still like on their process of green card. It's almost 10 to 11 years for them, and still they are like waiting for them. Like, okay, one day they're gonna get that, maybe next year or after that. So be patient. I mean, if you are coming to America, don't worry too much. Make a mind. Okay, you get your job, make some money. If you get the green card, fine. If you don't get the green card, fine. But apply for it. If you are here, why not just give a try, and things will work out. I'm going to make another video in which how you're gonna find the employers who can file for your work visa. So I'm gonna make another video on that one. You put that in the description, or just watch in the list, and that will help you, because a lot of students come here, they don't know where to apply that, and I'm gonna show you or some give you some kind of in-depth knowledge, like what companies you should look for applying in those jobs, so you can get your H1 or work visa done, and then apply for the green cards. So I thank you very much for listening me for this story. I hope that you will get some encouragement from here, or maybe at least know what you will be facing in America once you are done with your masters or PhD, and what steps you have to go through, or any person has gone through, and what people are going through this all work visa and the green card conversion. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys in the next video.